Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Gems of Life show. My name is Fadwa. Super excited to be here with you. Oh, my goodness. I hope you had a chance to watch the video yesterday. And we talked about being you and remembering that stepping into us means that we're taking power to be in our beingness, in our wholesomeness, and to always be in that authentic space. Guess what? You can only be you because there's only you. Everyone else is taken. So, super excited to be here again. As promised, I said I'll be here. I actually came in live and I had to stop the video and I made it private because there was some mistakes, or I would say something happened, and I thought, not appropriately to be there for our listeners and for our viewers. I had my scarf on and it was completely not covered. And yes, and I thought, can't compromise my dignity, right? So here I am again and sharing this message with you. It was a fantastic message. Oh my goodness. You know, when you come from that place of authenticity, right? You don't need scripts. You don't need to memorize anything. You're coming from the heart. You're coming from the heart. And believe me, the last video I did, unfortunately, I'll have to find a way to edit the parts and then just reproduce that message because it just came from the heart. It came from the heart. And I'll do the best to bring what I shared from the last video, just allowing myself to access those parts that showed up. So, part two of the conversation, really stepping into you and being in that power of your wholesomeness and, just being you because there's only you, right? There's no one else like you. And this is the part that I have come to embrace about myself. I'll tell you, I've spoken to so many different people, family, friends, people that have known me all my life. And when I have those conversations, they share stories about myself, about who I was then. And I'm in awe. I'm like, what? Really? I never, it's until now that I've actually really stepped into myself and really gotten to know myself and really embraced who I am. But I actually, for a very long time, many years, thought I was this, my experience, right? So I'm talking from my own lens. I thought I was this sad person who was not that social, was always quiet, never, like socially, yes, I was engaged with people, but socially, I was not. This the belief I had, right? But when I talk to different people, they're like, right now, who you are is who we have known in the past. You're always this happy, socially engaged, very easy to connect to, and your laughter, right? This is what they tell me, right? Your laughter, your smile, this is what we know you. This was your staple. Fadwa was known for her smile and her laughter, apart from all the other characteristics, right? You would walk a mile and you would hear the laughter and you would know it was Fadwa's laughter. These are the stories that I hear from people. But for a very long time, I never believed it, that it was part of who I was at the time. I don't even recognize that, even remember those times, right? Because my experience, the experience they had of me or with me was that. That the experience I had of myself and how I saw myself and how I experienced myself was day and night, day and night. I had a conversation with someone else today, and my experience of them is just that, in the most beautiful way. And I said, you are a total package. I admired you as a woman. It's like you got everything, you know. And this person was like, she was just laughing. She's like, I can't believe it. Like, I don't see myself that way. In fact, I see myself the opposite. And that's when it dawned on me. It's like, wow, that's exactly how I saw myself. I never experienced what other people experienced of me. Their experience of me was very different from the experience I had with myself. Now, just think about it right now. How are you experiencing you? Something to ponder upon and reflect upon. How are you experiencing you? We oftentimes experience ourselves based on the beliefs that we hold, and we see ourselves through the lenses from those beliefs that we hold. So the belief that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not good enough, right? So we go from that experience and we live through that experience. So our world is shaped based on that belief that we have. So the experience, what we experience, is coming from that space, right? While other people experience us very differently. So think about those moments in your life where somebody will actually say something to you and you don't believe it. How many times somebody has come to you and said, "Wow, you look good." And you'd be like, you minimize it. Oh, it's just, oh, it's my hair. It's my makeup. Oh, it's the clothes that I'm wearing. We minimize. So what I've started saying to my clients, my friends, my family, anybody that I interact with, and I say something that compliments them, immediately I recognize they dismiss it, they minimize it. And I bring that curiosity back and I say, okay, would you allow yourself to just, you may not believe that that's what you are and that's who you are. And I'm not here to convince you otherwise. But would you give yourself permission just to receive it? Just receive it and just say, I receive it. Whew, that's powerful, isn't it? Yeah. Just receive it. And we don't receive when we are told, you did great today. Because we have so much that we wanna prove. There's something there to prove. So it's never enough. There's a belief that we're holding on to that's trying to fill that void within us. And no matter what we do or no matter what somebody else says, it will never fill it. So I would like for you to just be curious with that and reflect upon what beliefs you're holding of yourself and how are you experiencing yourself when it comes to those beliefs. What is the relationship you've developed with these beliefs? And the reason I'm saying that is because these beliefs are there to serve you. They have served a purpose. And the main purpose of these beliefs were there one time in your life to protect you and to help you cope and adapt to an experience, to an event that you had to go through as a child. So these beliefs that we think we're holding on to coming from this moment, they're actually a manifestation from our childhood experiences. So just take a moment and ask yourself, what is the relationship I have with these beliefs? And how old is this relationship? Ooh, yes. How old is this relationship? And as you dig deeper and you go farther and you unpack that belief, you'll come to recognize that, something deeper. This is too familiar. This is not something that is happening right now. It's actually something that happened in the past that's still showing up in my life. And it could be a belief that's one day old. It could be a belief that is 5 years old, but it's still stored and trapped and was never released. And that is what drives you. That's what drives me. That's what drives us. And the real us, who we are, we've kind of taken the back seat and we have allowed this belief, unconsciously, by the way, this belief to take over and drive our lives and take over our lives. Yes. So I think I've given you enough gems for today. And I would just like for you to just go back, watch the last video that I posted yesterday, part 1, and today and then just sit with you and be still with you and just bring some curiosity to these paths that are limiting you, that are driving you currently in your present life. And then notice the relationship you've developed with these beliefs. It's like a dance, it comes and goes, it comes and goes, and that's what it is. It comes when it's there to protect you, and then it just kind of takes a backseat, and you come back and you continue with your life. And then something happens, it comes back again, automatic, unconsciously, and you do things, you get the same results over and over again. Why? Because the adaptation and the copying part of you shows up, and it shows up in the form of a belief. And the reason we often are completely disconnected from ourselves and really detached from who we are, one of the reasons is also because of the beliefs that we hold of who we are and our experiences and the relationship we have with the belief. So remember, there's only one of you. Only one of you. There's never duplication of you, and there can never be. There's only one unique you. So I invite you to be just curious and to get to know you, to develop a relationship with you. It's a beautiful journey, a very fulfilling journey. You know why? Because I have experienced it. And I just want to remind you the possibility of you experiencing it. 2017 was very different for me. It was an awakening, one of my first awakening, major awakening. Wake up and I'm thinking, who am I? And deep down, I knew there was something missing. And if you're really true to yourself, you would know it. You would notice it. You would notice that there's something missing in you. And know that where you are right now and who you are right now is not the true representation of who you are. The one that's showing up right now, it's different parts of you that's showing up right now. The real you is in the back seat, just waiting. So I invite you to bring the real you from the back seat and get it into the driver's seat of your life. That's when you get to be present with you, connect with you, and be from that wholesomeness, because that's where you can connect to who you are. That's where your authentic self is. That's where your wholesomeness comes from. So be curious, explore what limitations are holding you and the relationships you have with your beliefs. So that's the first thing you can do today. And then we meet next week. Every Sunday, it's a date. How about that? This is my commitment to you. Every Sunday, 3:30 p.m. God willing, Eastern Canadian time, I'll be here with you. And let's support each other. Let's help each other. Let's work on each other, because there is possibility for growth. I am here with you throughout this journey. So thank you for tuning in and watching the video. Please share. There's so many of us that needs this message, to hear this message. You don't know who you're going to inspire today. I always say aspire to inspire. So I invite you to inspire others through this message as well. Share with those who you know can benefit. You never know whose life you can change. And as for you, there's only you. Everyone else is taken. Stay well and safe, everyone. Take care. See you next week. And if you have not signed up, please subscribe to the Gems of Life show and support us. Send in your questions between now and next week, Sunday, and we'll be able to have these conversations. This will be our weekly commitment to each other. I'm going to show up. Are you? Show up for your life. See you then, and stay well.